Hello, all you beautiful souls. This is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be our what's in the current energy right now. I was drawn to this card. I usually try and shuffle decks, but I pulled this one out specifically because my eye kept getting drawn to it, which is crumbling. What you've built felt like it's falling. It feels like it's falling apart, but it's okay. You have the strength to rebuild anew. I think I was drawn to this because, yes, this kind of ties in with yesterday's reading if you didn't watch that. So I pulled that out because I feel like somebody, either you or someone around you, the life as they know it is falling apart. Okay. So it doesn't mean that it could be their whole life is falling apart around them. But it could be just one aspect of their life as well. We're going to do the reading slightly different today, but not quite different. So I'm going to go ahead. Usually I split the deck to get the energy, but we're going to use these as the top level, and we're going to clarify these today. So we have open heart, receptive, breaking point. That keeps coming out, like that has continually came out almost all week here. So that's that breaking point that this is representing, this crumbling card is almost representing a tower moment in someone's life. But I feel like with the open heart here, it's creating space to be more receptive. Sometimes the universe likes to do that to us. It likes to open, like, it creates these tower moments in our life to help open us up in a certain way, in a certain dynamic, that to be more receptive to the opportunities around us. Because when we get comfortable, when we get into a comfortable place, when everything's going, we're like on this regular cadence, get up, go to work, do our normal routine. The universe might be trying to send new things in and give us new opportunities, but we're blind to those. It's like, like a horse with the blinders on. We have a one-track mind. We get in these ruts, and so the universe has to shake things up to get us to be more receptive to what's around us. And I feel like this is what's happening for you or someone around you, or it could be you and someone around you both. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Take it as it resonates. And if that is resonating for you or someone please hit that like button and give us a little bit of love and support here. So we have depth. I like this awareness, importance. That's almost giving me an influences. That's almost given me with that depth card. Not only does someone feel like they're out of their depth, but I like that it's highlighting awareness and importance, value. This is really telling me that something's happening in your or someone's life to shake them up and make them more aware of something, to help them understand, like reshift and reprioritize their values and beliefs, because they might be just slightly askew. Like what they value and what they believe might not be serving their highest good. Okay, they think that it is, but the universe is saying, hey, there's something else that you're meant for. There's something better that you're meant for, and you're keeping yourself from it. You're keeping yourself stuck in these attachments, these attachments, things that you're attached to, and third party can be anything. We're not talking about love here. This is talking about an individual who is has blinded themselves because they've gotten stuck in a rut, in a routine. They've blinded themselves to new opportunities around them that might improve their life, that might make their life better, that would be for their highest good. But because they're so used to doing the same thing and they enjoy their life the way it is, they're not open. Their heart's not open to these new opportunities, these new possibilities, that their life could be so much better than it is. They don't understand that. So the universe is like, okay, we're going to shake things up a little bit here, and we're going to, cause this person, whoever this may be, to be more aware, to to the value of other things around them that they didn't place value on before. I hope that makes sense. So clarifying the open heart is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is very slow and steady. It's like we have the story of the turtle and the hare. It's the turtle, but it's the one that wins the race. What happens in the tortoise and the hare? The turtle wins the race. The Knight of Pentacles will win the race. Why? Because they're doing something in a very steady, methodical way. It's very practical. It's very, I'm going to do this by the book because we know it's tried and true. We know this is going to create results. Again, it's that creating result, knowing that we're doing something we know works. And so we may not want to take that risk to do something that we don't know anything about or don't know if it will work. So on this breaking point, we have the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands talks about our stability. It talks about, the Four of Wands is about celebration, coming together, building something that's going to be enduring and long lasting, in the sense of, you think of the Four of Wands and it can be like, if you're talking relationships, it can be marriage, but fours in general across the tarot are about stability. It's about building a foundation. It's about building some kind of foundation. And so this is saying that somebody's foundation is breaking. Okay. What they knew that was steadfast and true, what they knew to be was always working for them, is breaking down in some way. It's crumbling. Crumbling is the key word. Something is crumbling apart in somebody's world, and it's not going to, it's causing a little bit of a shakeup in their life. So we have the Three of Pentacles coming out on depth. So I like this a lot because this is about teamwork, collaboration. This is almost telling me that there's even this, I'm seeing, my eye, funny enough, was drawn to this world card in the center. I think that's a world. I can't, yeah, I think that's supposed to be the world, not the moon. But it's really drawing me to that world in there, which is, the world card is about cycles and completing cycles. So this is almost telling me, in that, because that cycles, that world is below the Three of Pentacles here. So it's almost telling me that a cycle is ending here. And I think that this person's becoming aware that a cycle is ending. What they knew to be their life, what they knew to be tried and true, is no longer working. It's no longer working to create this foundation. Something is breaking apart and creating the opportunity to work with new people, work with new things. It's almost like I'm feeling it more as an energy of saying there's an energy, because everything comes down to energy. So there's an energy frequency that this person is needing to align with, work with, team with, incorporate within them. So for example, I went all the way to the UK to become certified in Palawa energy healing. Palawa energy healing, it's a way to shift someone's consciousness in a certain direction, because you're aligning with the frequency of the Palawa energy frequency. So you're helping the client align with that energy frequency and allow it into their being, into the world. So this is kind of what it's feeling like to me. It's like that shift, a consciousness shift that is happening for someone because of the fact that the universe is wanting them to align with a certain energy frequency that is going to open up new opportunities for them. I hope that makes sense. That might be a little bit advanced for some of you, and if it is, feel free to leave messages down in the comments, and I'm more than happy to explain more about that, and more about energy, and more about even Palawa. If you're curious about Palawa is something, I didn't even know what it was, but I am so glad that I literally went across the country country for me, because I'm in the US. I went to the UK to get certified in doing that. And I'd be more than happy to share any information about that if you're interested. So influences the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is someone who it's opening up. So this is actually, I'm getting this Page of Cups as forgiveness of yourself. Okay, so whoever this is that is experiencing this in their life, whoever is experiencing this shift, because I really see this as a consciousness shift that somebody is going through, and it's the universe is trying to align you or this person with a certain energy frequency. They're trying to raise their vibration, essentially. It's like an awakening. That's kind of being undergone here, or the universe is trying to awaken this person to a certain, attune them, so to speak, like, like a radio, tuning into a certain frequency that they haven't worked with before, which will allow this person, once they attune or align with this frequency, will end certain cycles in their life and create new ones. However, what it recalls is that this person will have to forgive themselves for anything that kept them stuck in the past. So, because it is in a sense, as I said, somebody, their priorities may change as a result of this. The way they walk in the world, their values, or what they are, what they align with may shift. As a result of this process, and so we have to have that time to forgive and grieve any choices that we maybe made in the past, knowing that those choices, they're what led us here. So it could be that we may have to, there also, may be this point of having to make amends with certain people in our life, or this could be, forgiving ourselves. Like if you or someone, maybe it has been doing drugs or an alcoholic or something like that. This is definitely the energy that's coming through of someone who is being pushed by the universe to heal that, to heal the, like to shift out of, whatever is causing them to escape into drug, any type of addictions, whether that be drug, alcohols, gambling, whatever that they may have come to know as their routine, their life, as they know it. In the universe, this could be it really could be somebody that the universe is helping to heal that within them and shift them out of that need for that vice. And with that, if I've never personally been through like the programs for, the anonymous programs, but I know part of that cycle is going through, and owning up to your mistakes, and providing apologies to people in your life that you may have wronged while you were in that cycle. And so I feel that that's what this Page of Cups is representing, is that coming to terms and acceptance of things that you may have done while under this influence, or someone connected to you was under this influence. And so, but I do like this energy. This is actually a very positive energy. It doesn't seem like it is, but it's really that energy that could help somebody break a vice. Like I said, this is that energy when somebody decides out of the blue, because of something that happened, like something comes crumbling down for them, and they realize they need to get better. They need to do something differently. So if they're drinking all the time, they realize they can't do it anymore. This is that person that maybe gets in a bad accident, drunk driver that gets in a bad accident, and it shakes them up and wakes them up, and they change their life because of it. A good example of that is when I was younger, when my kids were younger, I was younger too. But I started going to this church, and I absolutely loved the minister there. And that's the reason I went to that church, because I wasn't a big Christian at the time. But the gentleman, the minister there, that was his story. He actually had gotten in a really bad, he was drunk, got in a really bad motorcycle accident where he almost died as a result of that accident. And on the backside of it, when he came out of the hospital and he had healed from that bad motorcycle accident, he decided to become a minister. He devoted his life to God after that accident because he lived through it. It was a really traumatic experience for him. But it's something like that. That's what it's like that breaking open the heart and creating space. It's something happening to break open and shake up someone's life, to get them to open up and be receptive to a new way of being. Okay, so that is what's in the energy right now, and this can happen. It doesn't have to be on that major of a scale. It can be something smaller. It can be just a small shift. One of the things that, as a result of when I went through the Pelawa certification program, I had Pelawa done to me, of course, and one of the one of the things that shifted within me is the belief that everything had to come with, like, I couldn't obtain anything without hard work. That nothing was easy. Okay, that's a better way of putting it. That nothing came easily. That it all required toil and labor, because that's a belief that I grew up with. My whole family believes that to achieve anything, it requires hard work. And that was something that shifted within me during those sessions, and I felt that shift, and it really has changed my life since. In a small way, but a tremendous way at the same time. Just that one, breaking down that one concept or that one value that was instilled in me really changed the way I walked in the world, because now I believe that it doesn't have to be hard. Life doesn't have to be hard. I always thought before this that life had to be hard. Now I know life doesn't have to be hard. It's what we make of it. So it can be something very small like that, but it can change your whole world. It can change how you walk in the world, what you do in the world. It opens your eyes and illuminates you to something. So let's go ahead. I need to start saying something at the beginning of these readings. I keep forgetting to do that about the question. I meant to do it today, and then I got into the reading and I completely forgot to say anything. So if you have a question that you want to ask Spirit, at this time, because this is a timeless reading, so when you could find it at any time, any point in time. So whenever you're finding this, if you have a yes or no question that you want to ask, please feel free to think of that question right now. Pause the video if you need to pause a video to think of a question that you'd like to ask, and we'll get the answer to that question right now for you. So no. Cracks in your facade, unsupported, drying up. Okay. So something is shifting. I'm feeling a lot of shifts going on in the collective as at large. Across the board, I'm feeling a lot of, I mean, you can look out in the world and see the amount of changes that are happening in this world right now. A lot of things are shifting for a lot of people. So this is just telling me, with this being the hard cracked ground, that it's almost like whatever you're building on is on quicksand. Let me put it that way. It's telling me that you're building on quicksand at this time, because I felt, because of the shifts, because the no came to me as I kept seeing like quicksand shift, like things shifting, things changing, and I think it's saying it's not supported at this time. There might be a new way, like the dust needs to settle, so to speak, or something needs to ferment before this becomes a yes. Okay, so never take anything as a definitive no. It's usually just the timing isn't right, or there's something that needs, and this is what is telling me, like, there's something here with the way this is saying cracks in the facade, that it's like, if you build this now, or if you do this thing now that you asked for, if you ask, there's something you wanted, it's saying that if you got it right now at this point in time, that it would be built on something that wouldn't be lasting. It would be built on quicksand where it considerably be gone, like in a quick amount of time. So it's just not the right conditions it to be conducive for whatever you asked for. That doesn't mean that in the future that this no becomes a yes, because I just feel like there's something that isn't at this particular time isn't conducive to the universe bringing that yes to you right now, because if it did, it wouldn't be enduring. Now that could be something within you that maybe we talked about energy and aligning with a certain energy. You might, maybe within you you're not aligned to the certain energy frequency that whatever you asked for requires to for this to be a yes. So it could be something like that. You have to align with certain energy to bring it into your life, and if you're not aligned, then it will not last in your life, because you have to be aligned with that frequency to be able to draw it and attract it into your life. So that's what I have for you guys. I wish you the very best. I love you all so much. Thank you for all the support you provide me and my channel. I appreciate you all. Much harmony and gratitude to you, my friends.